What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be making a game. No skills required. So we're going to head to itch.io and select free and 2D. I'm going to link these in the description to make it easier. But the first thing you want to look for in the license is make sure that we can use this for personal or commercial projects, and also make sure we can modify it. And so we're going to download this for our character. And then we're also going to grab this for our tile set. Same thing, look in the license. Make sure we can use it for commercial and non-commercial projects, and we can modify it. Go ahead and download this as well, and then open up Godot. Once you're in Godot, we are going to create new project, select mobile, create, and OK. The first thing you want to do is drag the resources we just downloaded into your res folder, and then select 2D scene. You'll get this node 2D. We're going to rename it to world, add child node to world, and we need character body 2D for our character. We're going to add 2 child nodes to that character body 2D. We need animated sprite 2D, and we also need collision shape 2D. Once you have those two, select animated sprite 2D and click empty on the right hand side, sprite frames, and then click this button again to pull it up. We're going to name this to idle. Click this grid button. It should say add frames from sprite sheet. And we're going to use idle down for the sake of this tutorial. Let's zoom in. And this is 8 horizontal by 1 vertical. Click and drag to select all frames. And then we're going to repeat this step 4 other times for all of our run directions. So same thing. Run down, click and drag, and then rename. Run left. Run right. And run up. Now, once you have all your frames, let's go ahead and enlarge our character so we can see it better. We can press this play to see all the animations working together. Make sure that you don't miss any sprites, and make sure that you have them in the correct order. Now let's go ahead and press play. You have to save to play it. Now you can see we can't move our character or see him at all, so we need to fix that. We're going to need to create a script to do this. Click script at the top, and then select character body 2D. You can either select this, attach a new or existing script, or go to file, new script. We're going to name this movement, and then drag this into character body 2D. We're going to type extend character body 2D. This gives us permission to work within character body 2D. Const speed equals 300. That's a constant variable set to 300. Func space physics process delta. Always make sure you get your parentheses, colons, indentations, and quotations correct. It will break your code if you don't. Variable direction equals input get vector. And then we're going to specify all of our UIs. UI left, quotations, comma. Again, be very careful at this part. Make sure you get everything correct. UI up and UI down. If direction dot length parentheses is greater than 0, indent velocity equals direction, multiplied by speed, else velocity equals velocity dot move toward vector 2 dot 0 comma speed. And lastly, move and slide. And then we also need a colon right there. Head over to 2D. You can click this button right here for center view, and then drag our character to the middle. Now let's press play and see what we have. So now our character can move, but it doesn't access our sprite sheets that we added. So we need to make sure the correct sprite frames are used when we go in a certain direction. Let's work on that next. We're going to head back over to script, make sure animated sprite 2D is selected, and then you can either click this button or go to File, New Script. We're going to name this Animation. Extends Animated Sprite 2D. This is going to give us permission to work within Animated Sprite 2D and access all of our sprites. Func process delta colon if input dot is action pressed UI quotations UI right parentheses colon play run right. This plays our run right animation. Now instead of typing all four, we're just going to copy and paste this. Change this to left and run left. Except for this one, and here on out, we're going to use else if. And now copy and paste this one. And we can copy and paste this twice. And then change this to down. And up. Easy enough. And then lastly, we're going to type else play idle. And there we have our animation script. Now that we have our animation script, make sure that it's on to Animated Sprite 2D. And then we can press play, and we can see that it idles when no keys are pressed. If we go right, it runs right, left, down, and up. But you can see the speed is a bit slow. So to fix this, all we have to do is select Animated Sprite 2D, go to Speed Scale, and we'll double this to 2. Run again, and we can see the animation is more accurate now. Next thing, we have to input our tile maps and build a world. To do this, we're going to go back to 2D at the top, select world on the left-hand side, and add a child node. We want tile map layer. And we're going to click empty on the tile set on the right-hand side. Now you should see tile set and tile map. We're going to drag what we have into our tile set. Yes. And now that we have that, before we build the world at all, we're just simply going to copy this and paste it a few times. Let's do 5. And then we'll name this ground, cliffs, background trees, forefront trees, and objects. Now we want to select our tiles. We can zoom in with the mouse scroll wheel or click these. We can use the line tool to make it easy. Let's go ahead and select ground, and we could add our tiles. You see the tiles are a lot smaller than what we want. So to fix this, we're going to go to transform and scale. We're going to set this to 3. Now when we add tiles, it's a lot more accurate. Actually, we could do 5. There we go. We're just going to build a quick map with the line tools. And then we're simply going to fill it in with the bucket tool. And we have our ground done. Now we can build layers on top of that. We've got cliffs. So select. And with the pencil, we're just going to draw a cliff. And we're going to fill it with the bucket tool. Next, we're going to add some background trees. We can select all the tiles at once to do this. And back to pencil tool. The reason we do 2 different trees, I'll show you in a second. It's so that we can add some layering. We go to forefront trees, and we can put the trees right in front. There we go. And then we'll also add some objects in. Now, we'll go ahead and run it. You can see that we have our map, but we can't see our character. To fix this, it's very easy. All we do, select our character body 2D, and drag all of that on top of objects. The reason is because this is all layered, so we want our character to be on top of everything. We go ahead and run it again, and we can run around. On the next episode, we'll focus on moving the camera and adding our attack animation. Thanks for watching.